Last week, when I was reviewing the 981 Boxster, I wondered to myself, how good would a Porsche Macan Turbo be? Fast forward to today, I stumbled across this baby, a 2015 Porsche Macan Turbo. Before we dive into today's episode, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. Your support is what keeps the channel going. This Macan Turbo is the first of its kind. Ballistic performance with a mega price tag. And in today's episode, I want to find out if this is truly a sports car in a crossover's body. When we look at the exterior on this Macan Turbo, it carries a very familiar look on the front. It kind of looks like a beefed up 911 with that very aggressive front fascia, but also looks like a baby Cayenne. Love it or hate it, it is an acquired taste. Some people love the look of these cars, some people don't. You know that this car means business, and it does mean business. When you look at the side profile, it has a sloping roof, and then you have these beautiful 21-inch optional rims. The red Porsche calipers makes the car look very mean and aggressive. The rear looks roundish and cute, but don't let that fool you. You'll be seeing that a lot, and those beautiful quad tips if you try to race one of these on the road. First thing you notice when you enter this car is the beautiful red and black interior. You can't help but fall in love with how it's done. It also has these carbon fiber inserts in the interior. Looks very racy, but also looks very luxurious. Quality is what you expect from Porsche. It's good, high quality material. No cheap material that I can pinpoint right away. In 2015, there was no AMG GLC 63, no X3M, or even a Jaguar F-Pace S or SVR. 3.6 liter twin turbo V6, 400 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 7-speed PDK transmission. Initially, I was a little disappointed with the engine sound, but this is not supposed to be a sports car. It's supposed to be a crossover for you to have fun and take the family out for a trip and groceries. So it's a good thing that the engine isn't as aggressive as the flat six, and it's also not in the back, right behind you. So that does add to the quietness. Once you have your seat set to how you like it, you'll notice that you're dialed in from the get-go. These 3 gauges that Porsche has been doing for a long time, once you look at them, the tach, because it's in the center, sometimes you can't help but notice that all you're looking at is the tach and how this car delivers power so smoothly. It's supposed to be a crossover, but it goes everywhere with a sense of urgency. That sport car soul that Porsche is known for, it exists in this Macan Turbo as well. What I mean is, you mash the pedal and this car will violently launch off the line if you have the launch control on. You throw it into a corner, it gives you the Porsche accuracy. You forget about how heavy this car is when it goes in a corner and comes out. It somehow defies a lot of laws of physics, but that's Porsche engineering. It won't give you that road feel of a Boxster, Cayman, or a 911, but still a feel that you won't get in any of the other crossovers or SUVs. This is only a 400 horsepower car that I'm driving. So you can only imagine what a 911 Turbo or Turbo S when you launch those things. The reason I say dominant is in 2015, when this car came, there was nothing that could perform like this. This truly is a sports car in a crossover body. And you feel that from the get-go. Then you have the bolstered seats that make the experience even better. They hug you, you set them how you want, and you are ready to go. Feel them in the corners. They're not active bolsters like the M5, but they do a good job. One thing that really amazed me was the steering feel and how precise it is. This is a heavy car, and for it to steer almost like a sports car is kudos to Porsche engineering. Sometimes I would forget that I'm even driving a crossover. And to complete that Porsche experience, obviously you have the 7-speed PDK transmission, which is lightning fast. Sometimes it's almost too good. Another neat feature that I love is the heated steering button. It's actually inside one of the spokes here. So when you turn it on, heated steering on. Love that. It is a little uncomfortable when you're driving at very low speeds. The steering is very heavy and you almost feel like you just want to give it gas like every time so that you're past that range, so that the steering gets, how you like it. The other thing is obviously a hefty price tag, but you were probably prepared to pay that anyways if you were looking for a sports car in the Porsche range. For some, it would be a deterrent, but good news is you have the Macan S and the Macan base model as well. If I really wanted to say that this is something I despise, it's the outdated infotainment system. The screen is too small and the graphics are not on par even for 2015 standards. So that's something that I did not like at all, because if you're okay with living on a daily basis with an infotainment system that's kind of outdated and the graphics are not good, then it might not be a dislike. But for me, if you are paying that much, I think they should have done a better job. The last thing that I don't like is the rear seats and cargo space. It is on the smaller side, and realistically you can only seat 4 people max. If you have a baby seat, you only have room for 1 more person, and that's about it. The middle seat is very uncomfortable to sit in because of that big hump that they have. If you are looking for more space, this might not be the car for you. If you're looking for something that's less stiffer, more comfortable, and you don't really need the 400 horses, I would suggest looking at the Audi SQ5, the Mercedes GLC. You could look at the 43 or the 63 now, or you could look at the BMW X3 M40i or the X3M. If you were looking for a sports car and life happened, this might be your answer. It will give you intense performance in a small package with a big price tag, but you'll be able to haul your family in style and get groceries as well. It truly is a crossover, but with a Porsche twist. All you have to do is mash that pedal, and this car will take you from point A to B in a blink of an eye.